The Strike Brigade is now well into its deployment, and staying mentally focused is big. Here to advise us with some words of wisdom is the 101st Division Chaplain, Chaplain Paul Hurley.
My name is Chaplain Paul Hurley. I'm the Division Chaplain for the 101st Airborne Air Assault, Screaming Eagles. And I'm also the president of, here in Afghanistan, I'm president of Red Sox Nation, the Afghanistan chapter. And of course I am, I'm a proud member of Red Sox Nation. I'm a proud member of the 101st, the Screaming Eagles. And I'm also proud to be associated with the chaplains here in the Strike Brigade. But what I want to talk to you about was really something quite different than being proud, and that is to be dependent on others, to be open to the help that's out there from folks. You know, it reminds me of a story when I was a new priest. I was in a parish up in the Boston area, and we had this older woman. She was a housekeeper, and on hot, humid days, sometimes she'd pass you in the hallway, and she would say in her Irish, "Oh, this humidity's killing me." And of course, she always meant to say the humidity. But I remember that because true humility is challenging and it is difficult. And humility truly means to be grounded in our God, grounded in our communities, grounded in our relationships with one another. And that is a challenge for us. You know, we live in a society that teaches us to be independent, and we certainly need to be independent, but in the times of difficulty, we need to be dependent on others and allow people to help us. And that's really what I wanted to remind folks, especially those who may be finding things challenging at this time, to rely on the people around them who are there to help them, their chaplains or their family, their friends, whoever it is that you find in your life that's there for you. So again, I just wanted to remind everybody out there that we do have a need to be dependent on others. And I hope you're able to do that for those that need it the most. So thank you, and have a great day. Air Assault.
Bada bing, sir. Awesome advice. And as for the Red Sox, forgotten about. Now, the Strike Brigade has many assets, and one of them is its eyes in the sky. Specialist Mike Monroe has more.
One very important piece of the fight in Afghanistan is the ability to identify and track targets. The unmanned aerial system is one of the ways the Strike Brigade is capable of doing that. Equipped with a video camera and flown from a remote location, the UAS monitors possible enemy activity troops on the ground may not be able to see.
We can see things that they can't see on top of buildings, behind buildings. If they're breaching, a compound, we can see what's going on in the open area. Maybe not so much inside the buildings, but that's still a big help to them.
The platoon operates several shadows, and the birds log a lot of time in the air.
We do hours and hours and hours of looking for bad guys, placing IEDs or mortar teams, of that nature.
Sergeant Elms went on to say that the most rewarding part of the job is when the companies report back that just knowing the shadow was in the air was a comfort to them. For 2nd Brigade Combat Team, 101st Airborne Division Public Affairs, I'm Specialist Mike Monroe.
Great story, Specialist Monroe. And the men and women of Strike UAS teams do so much right here in Kandahar. The Strike Brigade's history is very deep and spans many generations. Here's PFC Sean Denham with this episode's Back in the Day.
In this episode's Back in the Day, we'll look at some of the legacy left by soldiers of Strike Brigade. On October 4th, 1943, the 502nd Parachute Infantry Regiment boards the SS John Erickson to complete their deployment to England. On October 18th, 1943, the 502nd arrived at Liverpool, England, and began training for the invasion of Normandy. On October 5th, 1944, the 502nd is ordered from its defensive positions around St. Odin Road, north of Nijmegen, between the Rhine and Wal rivers. They moved to positions inside the British line called the Island. On September 26, 2006, 2nd Brigade Combat Team, 101st Airborne Division, Air Assault, redeploys to Fort Campbell, Kentucky, after serving 12 months in Iraq in support of Operation Iraqi Freedom, 2005 to 2007. On October 9, 2007, Colonel William Hickman and Command Sergeant Major Scott Schroeder cased Strike Brigade's colors during a ceremony in preparation to deploy to Iraq. At the end of September 2008, Multinational Division Baghdad units, working with Provision Reconstructive Team Baghdad, conducted Operation Strike Pioneers. This operation supported the government of Iraq and ISF's resettlement of refugees in a lawful and peaceful manner to protect the population by preventing violent extremists' ability to return. The operation is successful as civilians return home and insurgents are unable to cause more violence. Also at the end of September 2008, Strike Brigade conducted Operation Strike Badger. The purpose of the operation is to prevent special groups criminals from returning, threatening the population, disrupting Iraqi security forces, coalition forces, and the government of Iraq's momentum. The operation is successful and the SGCs are detained or leave the area. Soldiers of Strike Brigade continue to make history as they serve today in Operation Enduring Freedom.
This terrible silence stops in there. Now that the war is through with me.
You ain't kidding, Denham. The Strike Brigade's past is full of honor and tradition, and adds to it every single day. Well, as you can plainly see, the Strike Brigade is doing its part in Operation Enduring Freedom, and will continue to do so throughout its deployments. Well, thanks to the men and women of Combined Task Force Strike for allowing us to tell their story, and hey, thank you for what you do. And remember, we are Strike Soldiers. I'm Sergeant Joe Padula with the 2nd Brigade Public Affairs Office, and I'll talk to you later. Absolutely.